Alright, Remy G from the LUGheads once again back at it with Slay the Spire. I seem to have a knack for coming up with really unusual builds. Probably because I just play this game way too much. But I started out with Mask of Pain by trading out my starting relic, so I got energy at the start of my turn, and every time I'm in combat I start with 2 wounds in my draw pile. And I remembered that there was a card that every time you draw wounds, it would draw an additional card. It also added 2 wounds. So I figured that might be a decent idea. And then I ended up getting Threaded Needle, which is 5-plated armor at the start of combat. And then I got a Letter Opener, which is every 3 skills played, you deal 5 damage to all enemies. So already at that point I was like, alright, I just need to get rid of all of the attacks in my hand and make everything about skills, blocking, and just let it snowball. And for the most part, everything else, aside from the unused Lizard Tail, thankfully I still have that, was just for fun at this point. I got this Codex, so at the start of every turn, I get to choose a card to add to my hand, so now that I've got this weird little skill build going on, basically anything that can add block I'm adding to my hand. Question mark events are never enemies. Non-boss chests also contain cards, which of course I added more block. Triples the chance of receiving rare cards as monster rewards, that's definitely helped. Start with dexterity, more energy, but I can't see enemy intents, that's fine. Whenever I rest I get more health, which is why I'm back up at full health at the end of Act 3. Enemies start combat with weak, just for the hell of it. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your deck gain 2 energy. Eventually this becomes useless because I keep adding cards to my deck the longer the fight goes on. And I currently have 1 curse in my deck, so I have 1 extra strength. Now looking at my deck, I still have 2 strikes and a bash. I've got 4 of my original defends, 2 copies of Metallicize, so I get 4 block at the end of each turn once I have those out. I have Inflame, even though I'm really not bothering to attack. Obviously Barricade was a very strong choice, so my defense just snowballs. This is the card I was talking about, Evolve, so it shuffles 2 wounds into your draw pile, and it is power, so once it's played it's gone. And whenever you draw a wound, you draw an additional card on top of it. Impervious is exhausted once it's used, but once I've got Barricade out, it's a free 30 block. True Grit, 7 block, exhaust a random card in your hand, which I have no problem exhausting cards because I'm adding cards all the time. And then I've got 2 copies of Armaments for upgrading cards that also gives block when played. Flame Barrier, so 16 block, and anyone attacking me takes damage. Gain 11 block, draw 1 card with Shrug It Off. And then Juggernaut, so whenever I gain block, which I'm doing all the fucking time, I deal 5 damage to a random enemy. On top of the play 3 skills, deal 5 damage to all enemies. So yeah, this build is quite silly. I think there is actually an achievement for beating either a boss or a combat without using any attacks. I don't think I have it, but I'm gonna try to go for it now. So I know these 2 guys are gonna buff. I don't know what the Awakened one's gonna do. I've only fought this guy a couple of times, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, so he attacked before, that's fine. Heal. There's Barricade getting it out early, perfect. And then I'll play Armaments, and I'll upgrade Evolve, so whenever you draw one, now I draw 2 cards. Alright. And could get another Evolve, but that's kind of pointless. I mean, it could increase the amount of cards I draw, but eventually my draw would just be ridiculously silly size. So there's one of my Metallicize. Defend, Shrug It Off. Flame Barrier. No. Keep them all. Whenever I play a power, the Awakened one gets 2 strength, so I should pay attention to that. No, I won't use that. This is going to be another power, so he's going to be even stronger, but I think in the long run it'll be worth it once I get Impervious to roll back around, which should be soon. I'll be able to start snowballing. Oh yeah, I had to use the Lizard Tail. Yep, there's Impervious. Alright, so now defend should be rocking out. I don't think anyone's going to be doing enough damage, hopefully anyway. The second one going to get through 68 block anytime soon, at least until he awakens. They're definitely doing 20-ish, at least at this point. Alright, 9 low. I want to save 1 energy for playing the second wind, because that's going to be a lot of block. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and play it now. So that's going to exhaust everything that wasn't an attack, and give me 77 block total. Sweet. Don't need any of those. 85 block total. Damn good thing I did that, because he just did about 60 damage, it looks like. Alright, get Flame Barrier out. It's a shame I didn't have that before. Alright, his allies are now dead. Let's see what he's gonna do. Another big attack. Keep armaments going, so that was an armament that upgraded all of my hands. Flame Barrier. And then second wind, that'll exhaust that wound. I'm on 50 block, and he's gonna hurt himself by attacking if he decides to. And he will. Okay. Shrug it off. Armaments. I'm only really playing it for the defense. I'm not gonna play any more powers, so I'm not even gonna bother getting them. I wish I had Flame Barrier up when he did that. That would do so much damage to him with multiple attacks. 9 block, gain 8 block, let's just do that. None of those add block. So I think you have to kill him 1 time and then he'll awaken, and then you have to fight him again, basically. Let's just keep playing the armaments. Keep it, there's what I'm looking for, an entrench. So when that cycles around, it goes into your draw pile, so it should be here right now. Perfect. So I can play all of these. Well, not the second one. I didn't count it out. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait for it to cycle around, but I could have doubled my block there. I'm an idiot. Alright. It'll come around. There we go. Now I got him to do some damage to himself. Normally I would be taking the power that does more damage for every attack. Or do I have that? No, it's every time I get blocked it would do more damage, but I don't want to risk upsetting him anymore. It's already got 10 strength. Alright, so there's Entrench. Remember to have 2 energy left over for Entrench. In fact, let's upgrade it so now it's cheaper. Alright, now Entrench. And then the second wind. The 98 block. Okay. Flame Barrier, so he's going to hurt himself when he attacks his turn. If he attacks his turn. Hey, another Entrench. Having multiple of those cycling through your hand is just absolutely hilarious. Look, see, both of them are in my hand now. And armaments, both of them cost 1 energy. I actually could have played my other defense first, but I'm okay with it. I've got 310 block. I don't think I currently have a body slam now. I've been paying attention. No. I do not have body slam, but eventually I may get myself one thanks to my Milroy's Codex. So that doubles your block, and this will get me to a maximum block of 999. Oh boy, there's another Impervious too. Why not? So at this point all I gotta do is just keep playing defense. Yeah, you can growl all you want. Alright, so he's gonna awaken now. He healed the maximum. His eyes are nice and shiny. And let's make him hurt himself. I've never actually fought him in this form, so I don't know what he's capable of. But I imagine he'll have a tough time getting through that much block. Considering he can't even get me below 900 at this point. And all I need is for this Codex to give me 1 body slam and the fight's over. Just 1. because he's not loading my hand with debuffs or anything, which is usually how I would lose. I have lost under a barricade build like this before because I just ended up getting too many debuffs in my hand that it prevented the entrenched from coming around, and slowly but surely I lost all of my block. I wonder if he's gonna kill himself by attacking me before I get a body slam. It's possible. At this point, by the time he gets me down 100, I'm tossing out the entrenches again. And I'm just keeping adding cards that give block. Really doing him a favor by accepting those cards. I don't have to take them. I could basically just stop playing cards for a few turns and still be fine. You know what? Yeah. Let's just start cycling through turns, see what happens. The only thing I'll play is Flame Barrier when it comes up, and if my block gets low, I'll toss out an entrench. And I'll just keep refusing cards until Body Slam comes up or he kills himself. Okay, no Flame Barrier this time. I think the most damage I've seen him do is around 30, 35 maybe. I don't want to attack him. I want to get that achievement. Assuming I haven't already. I'm pretty sure I have. Well, he's got me down to 843. This is silly. This is so silly. I'll toss that one up. Top myself off. One of these days, Body Slam will come up. Pallicize again. Better not. I could do that and then just start taking block again to do more damage to him. It's like playing with a puppy. I just want to let him work his little heart out. Oh, there's Body Slam. Your time's numbered. There it is. Let's top off the block. 999 Body Slam deals 1000 damage. And boom. That poor guy. I actually feel bad. And I didn't get an achievement, so I assume I've already gotten it, or the terms of the achievement are different than I realized. But I did 520 damage to the Spire, so overkill, Mystery Machine, traveled to 15 rooms, victory in under 60 minutes, yeah, less than an hour. Deal 99 damage in a single attack. I actually dealt 1000, so I'm okay with that. That is not the most damage I've ever done, though. I have done a poison build where I used a bunch of catalysts. Oh, there it is. Ascend 0. So I've unlocked Ascension mode finally. So I think Ascension mode is unlocked by beating all of the bosses. I'm not sure. I don't even know how to access Ascension. Ah, okay, here we go. So, Ascension. Runs get harder as you win streaks are unaffected. So the more you beat the game, the harder it gets, because you can unlock further Ascension levels. Interesting. So I may start doing that. So this makes Elite spawn more often. That would be really fun for going for relics. Fun. Alright, well, that's been quite a silly little barricade run. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.